Good morning, children. This is chapter Ammonia, lecture 1. In this lecture, we will study about the occurrence of ammonia, its various forms, laboratory preparation of ammonia, and the industrial preparation of ammonia by Haber's process. Molecular formula of ammonia is NH3. Its relative molecular mass is 17. The bonding of ammonia is a covalent bond. It is having a lone pair of electron. This is the Lewis diagram or dot diagram for ammonia, and this is the covalent bonding in ammonia. Occurrence: ammonia in free state is present in small quantities in air and in traces in natural waters. In nature, ammonia in combined form is present as ammonium chloride, ammonium sulfate, ammonium carbonate, etc. Ammonia and ammonium compounds are mostly water soluble. Ammonia is produced through bacterial decomposition of urea. The formula of urea is NH2CONH2, present in urine. The pungent odor felt near an uncleaned toilet is due to ammonia produced by bacterial decomposition of urea in urine. Ammonia is commonly used in the following forms. The first one is gaseous ammonia, dry ammonia gas. Second one as liquid ammonia. Dry ammonia is liquefied by applying high pressure. Liquor ammonia. Liquor ammonia fortis is a saturated solution of ammonia in water. Liquor ammonia fortis is a saturated solution of ammonia in water. It has a relative density of 0.880 and also called 880 ammonia. It is stored in a tightly stoppered brown bottle in a cold and dark place. Okay. Laboratory reagent. As laboratory reagent, dilute solution of ammonia is used as a common laboratory reagent. Okay. General preparation of ammonia. Ammonia gas may be prepared by warming an ammonium salt with caustic alkali such as caustic soda, caustic potash, slaked lime, etc. CaOH whole 2, NaOH, KOH, all these things. See here the reactions. NH4Cl, this is an ammonium salt. When it is reacting with an alkali, that is the CaOH whole 2, slaked lime, if you are heating this 2, you are getting a salt, that is CaCl2, water and ammonia will be produced. NH4 whole 2 SO4, sulfate salt of ammonium. When it is reacting with again CaOH whole 2, it is giving you the salt, copper, calcium sulfate, CaSO4, and water and ammonia will come out. Similarly, when ammonium sulfate, NH4 whole 2 SO4, is reacting with NaOH, caustic soda, it is giving you Na2SO4 plus H2O plus NH3. Laboratory preparation of ammonia. In laboratory, ammonia is prepared by the reaction of ammonium chloride and calcium hydroxide. See the reaction here. 2NH4Cl plus CaOH whole 2 is giving you CaCl2 plus 2H2O plus ammonia. Gas will come out. Procedure: ammonium chloride and calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide should be taken in excess quantity. Both the things well mixed and taken in a round bottom flask. The round bottom flask should be in the tilted position. Now on heating, the mixture ammonia gas is coming out. Some precaution to be taken. The flask is tilted so that the water produced during the reaction does not trickle back into the flask, which may break it. Drying of ammonia gas. In order to get dry ammonia, the gas is passed through a drying tower which contains quicklime calcium oxide. Unsuitability of other drying agent. Why we cannot use the drying agent like concentrated sulfuric acid, phosphorus pentoxide, anhydrous calcium chloride? Why can't we use all these things as a drying agent? Because ammonia, being basic, reacts with them. See the reaction here. NH3 plus H2SO4, it is giving you NH4 whole 2SO4. NH3 plus P2O5, if we are taking phosphorus pentoxide as drying agent, it is giving ammonium phosphate, that is NH4 whole 3PO4. And if calcium chloride is taken, then it is reacting with ammonia and it is giving you an addition product, that is CaCl2.4NH3. So these are not used for drying ammonia gas. How to collect ammonia in laboratory? Ammonia gas is collected in inverted gas jar by downward displacement of air. Why? Because it is lighter than air. See, the vapor density of ammonia is 8.5 while that of air is 14.4. Okay? It is not collected over water because it is highly reactive to water. So it cannot be collected over water. Now see here children, some important points are given. Excess alkali is used. Why? Because it may reduce the loss of sublimation of NH4Cl. Calcium hydroxide is used because it is cheap and not deliquescent like other alkalis. Though all ammonium salts on heating with alkali gives ammonia, yet NH4NO3, which is very explosive in nature, and NH4NO2, these two on warming with alkali do not produce ammonia. Why? Because they decompose on heating. Very important points. NH4NO3 will give you NO2 and H2O. And NH4NO2 will give you N2 and H2O. So these two cannot be used for the preparation of ammonia in the laboratory. Okay? Ammonia can be prepared in the laboratory from metal nitrides. Magnesium nitride, aluminum nitride, both can be used for the preparation of ammonia in the laboratory. But why we are not using it? Because this is expensive. See the reaction here. Mg3N2, magnesium nitride, plus 6H2O. That has to be reacted with water. It is giving you MgOH whole 2 and 2NH3 is coming out. Similarly, aluminum nitride, when react with water, it is also giving you AlOH whole 3 and ammonia will be liberated. This is the setup. Laboratory setup is shown in this figure. Magnesium or aluminum nitride is taken in a round bottom flask and the warm water is very slowly added through thistle funnel. Ammonia gas will come out. Okay, that gas is collected in a jar through the downward displacement of air after passing through drying agent like like CaO. We are using CaO for drying ammonia. Okay. Preparation for aqueous ammonia. Aqueous ammonia is prepared by dissolving ammonia in water. This is the setup. Water is taken in a container and only a small portion of the mouth of the funnel is dipped in the water. Okay. That funnel is inserted in the round bottom flask. Since the rate of dissolution of ammonia is very fast and greater than the rate of production, so back suction of water is possible. That is actually addressed in this setup. Okay. As ammonia gets dissolved very fast in water, a vacuum is created and water enters the funnel. This lowers the level of water in the container and the funnel gets detached from the water level. The water that has entered the funnel falls down to the container. This is very important. Manufacture of ammonia by Haber's process. This is the industrial process for manufacturing ammonia. Ammonia is manufactured using Haber's process. This is the figure. Reactants taken for this, nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas, in the volume ratio 1:3. 1 part nitrogen and 3 part hydrogen. This is a reaction. N2 plus 3H2 is giving you 2NH3 and heat. N2 is obtained by fractional distillation of liquid air and H2 is obtained from water gas Bosch process. Or you can get the hydrogen from natural gas also. Okay, the reaction is reversible. You all know about it. It's exothermic and proceeds with a decrease in volume. What are the conditions? The conditions for preparing ammonia by Haber's process, the temperature should be maintained at 450 to 500 degrees centigrade. Pressure should be greater than 200 atmosphere. Catalyst should be used here, that is the finely divided iron or traces of molybdenum or Al2O3 aluminum oxide. Recovery of ammonia. Ammonia is separated from the unreacted nitrogen and hydrogen by two methods. One is liquefaction. Ammonia is liquefied easily as compared to nitrogen and hydrogen. And the second one, absorbing in water. Ammonia is highly soluble in water, but nitrogen and hydrogen are not so. Okay, this is the flow chart of Haber's process. Very important. You have to know this. See here, dry nitrogen is taken in 1 volume and dry hydrogen taken in 3 volume. First, they are going through a compression pump. In that, the pressure, atmospheric pressure in that compression pump should be maintained more than 200 atmospheric pressure. And after that, it is passing through a catalytic chamber. That catalytic chamber is electrically heated. The reaction is taking place here. Then condenser with the cooling pipe. It has passed through the condenser with the cooling pipe and we are getting liquid ammonia. And unreacted or uncombined nitrogen and hydrogen will be recycled back and it will again come to the compression pump. Okay, this is a reaction. N2 plus 3H2 it will give you 2NH3 plus heat. For this, 450 degrees centigrade to 500 degrees centigrade temperature should be maintained. Pressure should be above 200 atmosphere and iron or molybdenum is used as a catalyst. Nitrogen and hydrogen are dried, purified and mixed in the ratio 1:3 by volume respectively at a relatively higher pressure. Second, the mixture is passed in an electrically heated catalytic chamber containing finely divided iron catalyst with aluminum oxide or a little amount of molybdenum at a temperature of 500 degrees centigrade. Third, mixture of ammonia formed along with unreacted nitrogen and hydrogen exchange their heat with the fresh N2 and H2 input. The fourth one, the outgoing gas contains about 15% of ammonia along with unreacted nitrogen and hydrogen, which is passed through the cooling circuit that is known as condenser. Ammonia liquefies first and the unchanged nitrogen and hydrogen is recirculated in the main stream, and in this manner 98% ammonia yield may be achieved. Some important notes on Haber's process. The first point is the reaction is exothermic, hence low temperature will favor the synthesis. However, at low temperature, the reaction proceeds slowly. In practice, the optimum temperature has been found to be in the range of 450 to 500 degrees centigrade. The second point, 4 volumes of reactants produced 2 volumes of product. Hence, high pressure favors the formation of ammonia. The optimum pressure is found to be 200 to 900 atmospheric pressure. Practically, a pressure of 250 atmosphere is used. Third is catalyst and promoter. The speed of the reaction can be improved by using a catalyst, which is finely divided iron, that can be obtained by the reduction of iron oxide. A promoter, molybdenum or aluminum oxide, is used to increase the efficiency of catalyst. Fourth point, since the reaction is exothermic, the heat evolved further maintains the temperature. So no external heating is required. Okay, initially the reactants are heated. After that, no external heating is required. The purification of nitrogen and hydrogen is very necessary because the impurities like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and the sulfur, stresses of sulfur like H2S poison the catalyst. So the removal of these catalytic poisons from nitrogen and hydrogen is very essential. Am I clear to you, children? This is the end of lecture 1. In the next lecture, we shall discuss physical and chemical properties of ammonia.